11 o'clock, we got the last game of the day, and one of my subscribers was actually asking if I would do this game. Of course, by the way, I would do this game. If you guys don't know, if you're new to the channel or you just didn't watch the video where I explained it, I pick every game where there's a playoff contender in it, which at the beginning of the season is really almost every single football team. And obviously, all Power 5 teams by the week 2, actually that's not true, not given, because there's week 0, you could lose that game and then you could lose week 1, but really every Power 5 team is still alive in the playoff conversation. Mississippi State, though, it's 1-0, obviously a big win over Louisiana Tech last week. Traveling to Arizona, who had a big win against San Diego State. San Diego State game was impressive because a lot of teams were doubting Arizona heading into that matchup. They ended up getting a big win in that one. Mississippi State favored by 11 points on FS1. This has a chance to be a really good game. I probably won't be awake for it because it's 11 o'clock my time. At least by the end of it, it's probably going to be 1 o'clock. I probably will be awake, honestly. I have had not the greatest sleep schedule over the weekends. But Will Rogers from Mississippi State went 38-49 last week, threw for 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. If there's one thing that Mike Leach is going to do, it's going to pump up those quarterback stats, man. Oh, my God. Dylan Johnson had 14 carries for 67 yards last week, and Rara Thomas had 5 catches for 81 yards. Jaden DeLora, the new quarterback for Arizona, went 22-35 against San Diego State last week, threw for 299 yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Not as impressive as the 450 yards and 5 touchdowns, but still very impressive numbers from DeLora. DJ against a good team. San Diego State's not a bad football team by any stretch of the imagination. They have a good defense. DJ Williams had 14 carries for 88 yards and a touchdown, and Jacob Cowing had 8 catches for 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. So what do I think is going to be so exciting about this football game? Mississippi State's good, and they have a legitimate chance to compete in the SEC this year, get 8-9 wins. They have a good football team this year with Mike Leach, and Will Rogers looks like a star on the rise from Mississippi State. But Arizona has been the story of the year so far. It's been 1 game, I understand. But Arizona, they're coming off a season where they won 1 game last year. They lost to Northern Arizona. They've matched their win total from last year in 1 game against a good team in San Diego State. Arizona looks like a much improved football team. Do I think they're going to compete for the Pac-12 this year? Heck no. But I do think that it's possible they make a bowl game this year. They play the way they played against San Diego State, they'll win 6 games. They'll win 6 football games. And I think there's a reason why the Vegas only put Mississippi State as favored by 11 points. And I think it's because Arizona's actually a good football team. I think this is going to be a really close football game. I think Mississippi State does end up winning it, but I do think Arizona covers that 11-point spread.